welcome back to my channel everyone. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. I am going to be stripping the paint from this door, which I would like to use in my upcoming pantry makeover. That video will probably be out in 2 weeks from now, I think, if all goes to plan. But I thought it would be a good idea for me and might be helpful for you guys to do a paint stripper test. I think that it's time that we meet our paint stripper contestants for today. There are 4 of them. Well, technically there's 3 of them and then one TikTok trend. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. It's definitely been around the furniture flipping world a little bit lately. Contestant number 1 is the Eco Alternative. I have used this before and did not have a lot of success. However, I did use it with a varnish, so maybe it will be a little bit better with a paint surface. But it is a paint and varnish stripper and it has low VOC. So this is one of the contestants for today, the Eco option. Then we have Circa 1850, which is a heavy body paint and varnish remover. Again, this is one that I have used before and I had a lot of success with this. So I definitely think that this one is a high contender for the prize of best paint stripper out of the 4 that I've chosen. This next one is one that I've never used. I actually went to the hardware store to pick up citrus strip. They didn't have it. I've tried to find it everywhere. Everyone who's stripping paint from furniture is using citrus strip. Not sure why I can't find it, but I did find this, and this is a solvable one. It's a paint and varnish stripper and it says it removes multiple layers with easy lift formula. Also non-toxic. That is contestant number 3. The final contestant, Easy Off Oven Cleaner. I'll be honest, I've watched videos that have said it's amazing. I've watched videos that have said it's terrible and very sticky residue is left over when people have tried to strip varnish or paint from their furniture. I personally don't think it's gonna be great. However, I'm here to try it. Why not throw in a wild card? Easy Off Oven Cleaner. So that is contestant number 4. Before I get any of these paint strippers on to this surface, I need to give it a little bit of a clean and then section off where I'm going to use the paint strippers, because I want to make sure that I'm not getting confused with who's who and what's what, and I want to be able to see which is going to be the best paint stripper to strip the rest of the paint on this particular piece. So let's clean and test out some paint strippers. Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kind of feel like calling, but it's too late now.
So we're gonna get started with the first one, which is the Easy Strip. And to pop this on, I'm just gonna use a chip brush. I've also got some handy spectacles. Wow, they're really dirty. Need to clean those first. I have a pair of gloves and a face mask. Now, even though this is low VOC, I think in fact most of them are. Maybe just not the Circa 1850. I think that one isn't, but I think the others are low VOC. It's still important. Wear a mask, ventilate, gloves, all the things. Safety is important. Let's test these paint strippers. Circa 1850 down. And it's, you know those videos, those nature videos where you just see things grow in rapid time? That is exactly what's happened here. It's sensational. I'm very impressed, and I feel like I might be getting ahead of myself, but I feel like it might be the winner. And if it is, this is going to make my whole job of stripping this whole thing so much easier. Let's test out number 3 and see how we go there. Very impressive. The Easy Off Oven Spray is the last one. Now this is obviously not a traditional paint stripper, so we're going to spray some on, and just to block it from touching any of the other paint strippers, I'm also going to pop this up because I really don't want it to cause any kind of upset in any sort of way. Well, initial thoughts, the Easy Strip, nothing's happened so far. It was the first one I put on. I'd hope to see some bubbling or something, but we've got nada. Then we move on to the Circa 1850. Now, my goodness, it is beautiful. I'm so impressed with it. Immediately it's pulled stuff up, and honestly I could start scraping now. Really good so far. Then the solvable one, there was a tiny little bubble where it came up, but that's it so far. It hasn't been on there as long as the others because it was the third one I put down, so jury's still out. And then the oven cleaner, honestly, I just don't believe it, but we'll give it some time and we'll see how it all goes. So let's give it about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back in and start a scraping. need to do a little recap on what was going on and how everything went. So we're going to do a little bit of a star rating system, and there's going to be 3 stars. It's the maximum stars. Can't be giving away too many stars, you know? Starting with the application. All 4 of these, 3 stars. All very easy. The 3 actual paint strippers here was done with a chip brush. This one was a spray on. Really no issues whatsoever. Next up we have reaction time, or visible reaction time. Easy strip, nada. I got nothing from easy strip. Circa 1850, I saw a lot immediately, and it was just so delightful to watch. Solvable was slower to have a visible reaction, but it did have one. Then we have the easy off, and there was also no visible reaction from that. Then we come to the removal process. Easy strip, I came in thinking there is no way this is going to work. I've used it before and it failed epically. It actually worked really well. After the first sort of scrape, everything came off pretty easily, so really happy with that one. I don't know how to describe the Circa 1850 in a way that's nice, but for me it was like a snake skin. Like it just shed its skin. I know, it's gross, I'm sorry, but that's what it was. Like it wasn't moist. Sorry for those people who hate that word. The paint, it was like it had absorbed all of the moisture that came from this paint stripper. It just came off really easily. The solvable one came off really easily as well. There was a little bit more moisture though with that one, so it was a tiny bit messier than the easy off. The paint came off, which I really did not expect, so great. However, it did require a little more elbow grease. Sometimes you have to put in effort. And the final test. Smell. Easy strip, pretty good on the smell. Didn't really smell anything. Surprisingly, the same with the Circa 1850. It did not have a particularly strong smell. Then we come to solvable. Stanky. So stanky. As was the easy off. So both of these two real smelly down this end. If my calculations are correct, we have an outright winner, which is definitely the Circa 1850. It works a treat. However, if you don't want to go with something that does say poison on the front, and you want to go with something that says non-toxic on the front, I would say Solvable is a really good second place. Now we need to get into doing a little bit of a wipe down of the areas that I did paint strip with some mineral spirits. Don't want to cross-contaminate, have no idea if that's going to cause a bad reaction, so I'd prefer to avoid it altogether. We're getting that mineral spirits on there. Then we're going to move into a sweet, sweet time lapse of the reaction the paint has with the Circa 1850. I love to see it, and I hope you guys do too. Basically, once I finished stripping all of the paint off, after you saw that lovely little paint stripper nature montage, after getting all of that white paint off, the underlayer paint, don't know why, but it wouldn't come off with the paint stripper. So I did end up having to go in with 100 grit sandpaper to sand off that, and then use a metal or copper brush to scrape off that paint in the sort of detail area. Then I went in with some hand sanding in that detailed area and finally finished off the piece with a 220 grit sanding. Thankfully, I am done with all the sanding, so I'm now ready to move on to the staining portion. The stain that we're going to use is Special Walnut, which is just one of my favorite colors. I think everyone loves a little bit of walnut. So this is a gel stain, which I've actually started to really like using gel stain. So we're just going to whack that on, wipe off any of the excess, and then have a beautiful walnut colored door that we will top coat afterwards.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
So before I pop on the top coat, I actually want to measure where I need to put the hinges. So I've got my pantry door here. I'm going to use that as a template and measure the hinges, and then use a couple of chisels just to get that excess out so it sits nice and flush.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
You guys are kind of getting a little sneak peek at some of the things that are happening in my pantry makeover. It's all a bit of a mess at the moment, but I'm getting there. Before I go any further with putting a top coat on, touching up the little areas of stain that need to be touched up, just want to make sure that this is actually going to work. So I'm going to attach the door just to check that I haven't made a horrible mistake. And then if all is good, we'll do top coat and all of that kind of stuff. This is so much harder to do just as one person than I thought.
Easy, easy. We're on our tiptoes undercover.
Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. It closes! Ah! I'm not entirely sure if it's counterproductive to do this before I put the top coat on or not, but I'm planning to tape off with the top coat just to avoid having to do this again. But I've got this little blade here so that I can go in and scrape off the excess where the stain was, because I actually only taped on one side when I did this. So I need to scrape all of that extra stain off now, give it a little bit of a clean, and then we're gonna pop on the top coat after taping so I don't have to do this again. Literally my life right now, I'm trying to scrape off this. I have a cat who won't let me put her down. I'll show you. No. You don't want to? No. Ah. She's so needy. Cats, man. Who knew?
The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together.
It's top coat time, and for the top coat I'm just going to use a wipe on poly just to keep things nice and easy. And I've also got this sponge, which I think is normally just for applying stain, but I can't see any reason why it wouldn't work for the top coat as well. We're going to get this on now and then attach the hardware, and then we are done.
Feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with a place to lean. In a moment I hung desperately. The other ring on my wrist is gold, pairing with the light it holds. When I return from my skin and bone, I'm remembering the words you told me. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong.
Well, the door is all done, and when I think about the door that was originally here, what this door looked like, and then now how it looks with this kind of vintagey vibe, I'm so happy. And I'm super excited to get the pantry looking as beautiful and decorated so that it matches the prettiness of this door. So thanks for joining me this week, guys, for this paint stripper test door refinish project. The pantry makeover should be coming up in about 2 weeks, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you want some more behind the scenes content, follow me over on Instagram at @alamahala, and I'll see you guys next week for another project. Easy off oven remover, not oven remover. Is it? What is it? Easy off oven cleaner. Oh, I'm so happy I caught that. I didn't really think about it.